All right, well, staying with endorsements, the National Executive Council of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, they have adopted President Muhammadu Buhari as its consensus candidate ahead of the February 16 presidential election. The adoption took place in Abuja after the party's next meeting, where a communique was issued and adopted by members present. The National Vice Chairman, Dr. Abdul Ahmed Ishaq, explains that the party is adopting President Buhari because the battle for its presidential ticket between former Minister of Information, Professor Jerry Gana, and former Cross River State Governor, Mr. Donald Duke, has taken a great toll on the party. He insists that the adoption was only for the forthcoming presidential election and not a merger between the SDP and the APC.
SDP has a better chance of gaining lost ground in meeting with the yearnings of Nigeria. We have no doubt whatsoever that Nigeria will surely make progress and leap forward in the march to greatness through the resolution of pending challenges and progressively to the next level. In view of all this, that the National Executive Committee (NEC) of the Social Democratic Party resolved to adopt the APC presidential candidate of All Progressive Congress as a candidate of the party for the 2019 presidential election. Consequently, all members of the Social Democratic Party are hereby notified by this very stand, and for avoidance of doubt, the National Executive Committee reinstates that this is not a merger.
And according to reports, the national chairman of the party, Chief Olufalaye, was absent at that meeting. In the meantime, a faction of the Red Card movement, which is a political pressure group inaugurated by Mrs. Obi Ezekwesili last year, has endorsed the PDP presidential candidate, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. A factional leader of the movement, Mr. Tony Akabulo, told journalists that his group has disassociated itself from one of its co-founders, Mrs. Obi Ezekwesili, and endorsed Alhaji Abubakar for next week's presidential election because of the urgent need to salvage Nigeria from the ruling party. Members of the movement also revealed that the endorsement is the last option for the group after several failed attempts at midwifing a coalition of an alternative force to wrestle power from the APC.
We, the leaders of RUCM, the Red Card movement, are not in doubt that Atiku Obi ticket is the most efficacious brand that can send Buhari to Daura. We have come today to tell the world and our members that the state champions, the co-chair, Dr. Tony Akabuno, and other co-conveners have dissociated from Dr. Obi Ezekwesili and today declare support for the Atiku Obi presidency. Some co-conveners were of the opinion that we should not go into any arrangement with PDP. This one suggested the sit-down-look approach. We believe it is a myopic and grandiose delusion for anyone to think that any other political party can dislodge this failed APC apart from PDP. We are on the ground. We know what is happening. We feel that those who demonize His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar are either envious, hateful, or ignorant.
Today is the deadline to collect permanent voter cards for those who have registered ahead of the election next weekend. Well, the voter's card is a chip-enabled card which carries details, biometrics of voters, and is used to identify them before they are allowed to vote at the election center. The umpire says without the card, no one can vote, but the commission says it will stop distributing the cards today across the country, even though there are fillers coming in that they may extend it. But let's see what's happening across the country for the PVC collection and how prospective voters are reacting to the development. Let's hear from our correspondent, Kayla Megwa. She's at the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Kayla, what's happening at your end? We'll come back to Kayla. Let's switch and take you to River State, Port Harcourt. Emmanuel Ire is on ground for us in Port Harcourt, River State. And Emmanuel, what do we know, especially with regards to those arraigned in court. I know you told us yesterday, was breaking story, the DSS arraigning certain people at the magistrate court for stealing, bribery of voter cards. What do we know at this time?
It's no longer news that permanent voter cards can be stolen and sold, as the Department of State Services yesterday arraigned 2 officials of INEC and 1 politician before a magistrate court in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, for allegedly stealing over 3,000 PVCs belonging to registrants. The politician is being accused of buying 1,000 PVCs for 300,000 naira. Now the question is, what will these PVCs do in the hands of the wrong persons or in the hands of those who steal them? These are genuine questions for INEC, especially as we get closer to the elections. Can INEC track down these uncollected PVCs? Can they be used as tools for rigging? These are genuine concerns coming to the fore, especially as the electoral body puts to an end the collection of PVCs, at least for now, today. Millicent.
Many thanks, Emmanuel Ire. Well, let's take a quick break right now. When we return, we'll be telling you about the court case and the crisis rocking the Ogun PDP. Find out the decision of the court.